And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Okay, well, there's a flood warning out for the greater Juneau area due to the Suicide Basin release, and a timeline of the flooding here. Major flooding is expected from 8:45 a.m. August 13th until 7:45 p.m. August 13th, and that's approximately 11 hours duration of major flooding. And moderate flooding is expected from 12:20 p.m. August 12th to 3:45 a.m. August 14th, and that's about a day and 15 hours of moderate flooding. Minor flooding from 1:40 a.m. August 12th to 7:15 a.m. on the 14th, and that's about 2 days and 6 hours worth of minor flooding. And then the action stage will continue out until about 12:15 p.m. August 14th, after beginning at 11:30 a.m., or it's already begun 11:30 a.m. yesterday, and that's about 3 days and an hour's worth. So from there, moving on to hazardous weather graphic here, we've got wind advisories tonight continuing for the Kuskokwim Yukon Delta coast, Nunivak Island up along the coastal areas of Norton Sound right up to the Bering Strait coast. And that's out for the night tonight. Conditions, winds diminishing, and again, that's a coastal or a high surf advisory, not a coastal flood advisory, a high surf advisory for waves of 4 to 6 or 8 feet. And that's going to end tonight as the winds drop off and conditions improve. And for the fire weather update, we've got warm and dry over the eastern 2/3 of the mainland today, with highs in the 70s in some locations. Dry fuels can still be found in some pockets of the eastern interior, but unlikely to show much active fire behavior. Wet weather in western Alaska will end the fire season there. And for the outlook, cooler, wetter weather returns for the second half of the week for much of the state, which is about normal for this time of year. And for the fire danger forecast for tomorrow for spruce, continuing to grow up here with the drier conditions and temperatures reaching the lower 70s in some areas. Yukon Flats, we've got some high to very high fire danger showing up again there. And then along the lee side of the Alaska Range, actually all of the central and east side here, especially over toward the southeast there, looking at high to very high fire danger as well. Back into medium for the Copper River Basin and northern Kenai Peninsula. And from there, going to satellite imagery, you can see a lot of clear skies here today, over at least at about 5 a.m. this morning here over the eastern half of the state, and then some mid and high level clouds spilling in from this frontal system out to the west. Clear skies resulted in some pretty chilly overnight temperatures, with Tote coming in with a low of 26 degrees this morning, and that's a killing frost there they had here on the 12th of August already. Otherwise, not bad over the southeast coast, the system down here to the south, and then this elongated front all along the west coast there, with the gusty winds anywhere from 30 to 40 miles per hour occurring all along the coastline here. Kotzebue had a peak wind gust of 40 miles an hour. Farther to the south, Cold Bay had a peak wind gust of 48 miles per hour, and those were a couple of the stronger wind gusts recorded here. And that's resulting in the coastal flood advisory, with the higher seas breaking onto the coastline there. That could have resulted in some minor beach erosion. Putting this into motion, you can see that system scooting by to the east right into the Queen Charlotte, staying south of the Panhandle there today. And mid and high level clouds here coming across southern Alaska, with mostly sunny skies otherwise here. Rain with this band here from Bristol Bay and the Aleutian Range right up the west coast there all the way to the Arctic coast. Some areas picking up a little bit more than other areas. And of course the gusty winds already starting to come down. Next system out here to the west, and a weak system here just south of the eastern Aleutians. Rolling that through again, you can see that mostly heading off to the east there, and then the bigger mass of clouds out here to the west tonight, kind of associated with two separate systems. This one staying south of the Aleutians, this one well to the northwest here, not really going to amount to much at all. And we've got a front right along the west coast here, angling from around the Alaska Peninsula area there, and then a couple of low centers as you head up the coastline over Norton Sound, Seward Peninsula area, and the western Arctic coast. So rain will be falling in the green shaded areas here. Rain at times, light rain at times I should say, all the way down into the Alaska Peninsula, starting to spread into Kodiak Island, maybe spilling into the Kuskokwim Valley as well. And then variable clouds here in the central interior too, mostly fair with just a few clouds on the east side there with light winds across the entire area. You can see the winds really coming down tonight here for the west coast areas there, and that should end the coastal or the high surf advisory that's been out. Otherwise, the southeast coast, variably cloudy, clear to clear conditions with light winds. And for tomorrow, this low scoots eastward here, and moisture gets circulated back up to the northwest here, kind of linking up with the leftover moisture. But this portion of that system really breaks up here, just some scattered showers, scattered light showers with cloudy skies, increasing chances of rain or showers for the Kenai Peninsula, Prince William Sound, possibly up into Cook Inlet, and maybe this is the Sitna Valley, but not too much farther north than that, and that'll be light in the valley up there, whatever does fall. An area of rain here over the western interior as well, up to the western, maybe the central Arctic coast. Mostly cloudy now in the central interior, staying nice on the east side, highs back into the upper 60s and lower 70s in some locations, from Arctic Village all the way down to the Copper River Basin. About the same in the Panhandle too, dry conditions, light winds, high 60s to lower 70s. Out to the west, not much going on. Very weak low here as it tracks eastward. High pressure to the south of that over the Aleutian, so light winds all across the Aleutian chain in the southern Bering Sea. Much lighter winds out here along the west coast, also changing direction, going from south. Now you're looking at north-northwesterly winds, but on the light side, maybe 10 to 15, 20 miles an hour, and that's about it. And then the forecast for Thursday, some of that moisture finds its way into the central and eastern interior. So light rain and showers extend from, say, Denali Park up across the Tanana Valley and toward the Yukon Flats, with some rain or snow possible on the eastern Arctic coast there. Dry with higher pressure ridging into the western part of the state with some clearing as well. Could see partly sunny skies for the Alaska Peninsula. Winds on the light side continuing over the entire state, especially out here to the west under high pressure over the Aleutians. Weak system spreads a chance of rain into the western Aleutians. And this bigger system here tracking off to the east and then southeast, just clipping the Prince of Wales Island area with increasing chances of rain in the afternoon there. Maybe an isolated shower or two to the north. So a little bit of a downturn there, and then we'll see for Friday, that low actually pulls back up to the north just west of the Queen Charlotte Islands. So better chances of rain over the southern southeast coast for Friday. Look for increasing clouds to the north, but staying mostly dry for the northern southeast coast. Light winds, partly sunny skies for Yakutat over into Prince William Sound. Scattered showers, Copper River Basin, up into the eastern Alaska Range and the upper Tanana Valley and 40 Mile Country. And that shower chance extends all the way up to the eastern Arctic coast. Otherwise, northwest winds could kick up to 20 to 35 miles an hour in gusts there. So kind of a breezy day coming up, but clear for Kodiak Island and increasing sunshine here over south central Alaska. Isolated showers there along the Yukon River in toward the Delta and maybe along the western Arctic coast. That's about it. And then another weak low here brings a chance of rain back into the central Aleutians. And for the lows tonight, 30s and 40s for the North Slope and Arctic coast, otherwise 40s and 50s over the remainder of the state, so milder here than what you saw this morning over the east side Copper River Basin on up to the north there in the 50s for the Panhandle and the Alaska Peninsula and Kodiak Island. Highs tomorrow, 60s, upper 60s to lower, maybe even mid 70s in some locations, 73 the forecast high at Eagle, and 59 there at Kaktovik, Barter Island, Dead Horse, high 60 to 65. Upper 60s to mid 70s for the southeast coast, 50s to lower 60s for the Bering Sea and the Aleutians. Lows the following morning, a little bit cooler here for the western North Slope and the central and western Arctic coast, but still staying above freezing for the most part. South of the Brooks Range, though, 40s to lower 50s all the way down to Kodiak Island, and lower to mid 50s for the Panhandle. That'll be followed by highs on Thursday, a little bit cooler now, but still 65 to 70 for the extreme east side here, but increasing clouds and moisture as you head west here, but not bad into the mid 50s and right around 50 for St. Lawrence Island, lower 60s for Kodiak Island, lower 60s South Central Alaska, Gulkana, Glen Allen, Copper Center, high about 65, maybe warmer for Chitina, and southern southeast coast still pushing 70.